with Just Makes Sense, and today I'm switching gears just a little bit out of Bath & Body Works and into the Pinecone ornament making session. The first thing you're going to do is find pine cones, so you can do that outside if you live somewhere northern. I live in northern Florida and there's a ton of pine trees in my backyard, so I was able to just grab them, but worst case scenario, you'll have to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and purchase some. If you do not purchase them and you just get them from the ground, I highly suggest doing like a water vinegar mix, and I just put it in this bowl right here, and they kind of close up just like this, and it gets all the yuckiness out. You can already see the water is like a little greenish, brownish, and I just do that. Then you can either put it in the oven on a low temperature for a couple hours. Look online and they have all different instructions on how to do it. For me, I found it easier just to leave it outside. It's been dry recently, so I just left it outside for a few days, and then they opened up beautifully, and this is what happened. This one I just spray painted white. It's kind of snow-capped looking, and it's just like a paint and primer spray paint. I also got at Hobby Lobby this miniature gold spray paint and then a miniature clear glitter spray paint, and those are Krylon brand. They were, I think, 40% off this week. So you can use anything you want, or you can just leave them totally plain. This one is like a rose gold one. This is my favorite one. But my husband loves all things Christmassy, red, white, and green. So this one I'm gonna make for the Christmas lovers. This one I'm going to make for anybody else. And this one is perfect for people who don't even celebrate Christmas, because they could use it as a decoration in their home. You can gift it to neighbors, friends, co-workers. I know a lot of people normally do baked goods for them, but under the current circumstances, this is a great way to personalize a gift to give to them that they'll enjoy year after year. After you're done doing that, wait a couple days, or you can purchase them. Make sure you have a glue gun. That's number one. This one I really don't like because there's no on and off switch. It's just high and low. So as soon as you turn it on, like I did a few minutes ago, you can see that it just started coming out on its own. And I hate that, so I probably need to invest in a better glue gun, because you're gonna go through glue sticks really quickly. First thing I'm going to do is wait for this thing to heat up. While I'm doing that, I will tell you all of the things that I got for the project. I just got ribbon. You can get them at the dollar store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, you know where, Walmart, Target. I just got little ribbon, and these I'm gonna use as the ornament to hold. And then I got all different kinds of greenery from Hobby Lobby, and then some that I used last year, all different kinds. So I have like these blue ones, I have cranberry ones, I have snow-capped cranberry ones. And then I got these. You'd want to get one that has a wire in it, and so that it can stick up. And I'll show you that in a second. Let me show you the ones that I've already made, and maybe that'll help you decide what to grab. Oh, I did get lamb's ear. I got like a blue shade, which is really pretty, and then the green shade. And this is one of the ones I did. And a lot of times it's gonna hang kind of a little bit crooked, but that's what makes it so pretty, is that it's not perfect. And usually pine cones aren't hanging from a pine tree totally straight down. This is another option. And these bows, again, I don't do bows the best, so they aren't the prettiest bows in the world, but they work. Next is my favorite, and this one I bought these. It came in a pack of 3 for half off at Hobby Lobby, and they're just little gemstones that I hot glued to it, but I think it's so pretty. And this one I just put an extra ribbon, like iridescent ribbon that hangs down. And see how this is metal, this leaf, so it's kind of hanging, it's kind of bending straight up, so it's letting all of the other leaves lie on it that aren't metal, or that don't have metal wire. And this one kind of hangs sideways too. It looks really pretty on my tree. Just Makes Sense on my Instagram. I posted it last night in my tree, and it looks really pretty. And then I did another unique one, because these are so large that after I cut it, I had a lot left. So I did one that has nothing. There's no metal wire, and it just kind of dangles. And then I let the lamb's ear dangle as well. And this is a pretty option too. You don't have to do the ornament holder. You can just decorate the top. You can also potpourri if you want to just spray paint them, add some decorations, and add it to like a bundle of potpourri. There already is some white capped ones in there, but they're just little ones. They're not as personalized as these would be. So now that this is warmed up a little bit, I will take, and see how there's an indent in this one? There usually is an indent, and that's where I like to put the ornament holder, the little bow. So I take this, I usually cut about 6 inches, and just put a dab of hot glue. Be very careful with the hot glue because it's very hot. Disclaimer there. Hold it together for a second. Then I put a ton of glue right there. If you had metal wire ribbon, that would probably work really well too, and you could probably have a better chance at making it the pine cone straight up and down, because you'd be able to move the little bow a little bit better than these, the little ribbon. So I do that. So it's just on the side, and so it'll probably dangle on the side just a little bit. And then I cut off some lamb's ear. Again, this one I'm gonna do super red, white, and green for my husband. So I just made up a little thing that looked cute. And then I kind of stuck it on there to see what I was going to do. But honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I did also get this last year, and they're mini ornaments, and they're hung by ribbon. But I thought that they would look really cute on these pine cones. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that. So it kind of looks like this. Again, be careful with the hot glue. If you put like a lot down on it, that's totally okay, because you are going to cover most of this with a bow. So you won't see a lot of the mistakes. And I am not good with a hot glue gun. I get it everywhere. Next, I'm going to do this lamb's ear, this green one. Just take a little bit more hot glue, and I'm just literally putting it anywhere. I have no idea what I'm doing. Some of them have come out better than others. You can plan it out first, and I kind of plan it out, but not enough to know what it's gonna look like in the end. This kind of just still looks a little bit chintzy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see if I should add a couple more things. I think I am gonna add this greenery. This color reminds me so much of the Grinch, that like limeish green color. It's all stuck together. Add some more hot glue. Hot glue is our friend. I haven't used any other glue, so you might be able to use like cement glue or that Gorilla Glue. I have not used it, so I can't say whether that works or not. I would assume that it would, but I have not used it to tell you for sure. And like this. Again, I probably, if I wasn't on camera, move it around or make it like flatter towards the lamb's ear, but everything works. In the end, they end up looking cute no matter which way you do it. I spray painted them last night in my garage, but I opened my garage door. Make sure you're in a well ventilated area. My husband had a little setup for me out there. And then I'm going to do these. Oh, I could probably fit them in there quite perfectly. Add these, and then I'm gonna add the little ones and hot glue those. Okay, let's hot glue these. And you can kind of manipulate it the way you want to. The hot glue does take a little bit to dry, so you can kind of push them around if you don't like how it looks at the current moment. This is how it's looking right now. And I'm sure this is dry enough to see how it would hang. So it would hang like this. And for the bows, I'm not the best at the bows either. So I'm going to show you what I do. I think I had one cut here. I cut about 12 inches of the bow, or of the ribbon, I'm sorry. And then I kind of make sure it's even. Then I put one finger down and go like this and push it through. Again, I'm not the best at the bows. In fact, if it were up to me, I would have gotten the already made bows on the little like metal wires and wired it on here, but there was nothing. I mean, Hobby Lobby had half off Christmas greenery, and I was able to get some, but a lot of the things that I had to get are just regular greenery because they were sold out of so much. And it was so busy in there, I was just like, oh, I gotta get in and out. And this is what it looks like. And I made one earlier. This one's just a little bit longer. But it's not the best. I mean, you can buy them, or if you're, most people are a much better bow maker than I am. And then I just kind of take a look at what the empty spot is, or what's showing the most hot glue, which in this one, these cranberries cover most of it. So I'm going to pick the emptiest spot and glue it in there. In fact, I think I'm going to use the green one for a little contrast. Just see where you like it, where it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna glue it right here. And while I've been doing this, there's hot glue all over my cardboard because this just spews out glue, which I hate. Maybe Santa will bring me a new one. And you can use whatever you have around the house. If you have like little of those felt pom-pom balls, you can put them, attach them all around to make them look like a Christmas tree. You can even take like a little piece of wood outside and make a base and spray paint this both ways and make this a Christmas tree. And you can put this in like a little pot and have it like a potted Christmas tree. You can do so many things with these. I just wanted to do the ornaments because I just thought that they were cute. They would use up some of the greenery I already have. And I could give it to all my neighbors. Even if they don't celebrate Christmas, I could give them like, which one is that? Like this one. And this just looks like winter. It doesn't look as Christmassy. And I went like this. And then if you hang it, you can move around the Noel thing to kind of match where you hang it. And that's it for this one. And then I'm gonna move on to the more wintry looking one. For this one, I'm going to cut this wire. I'm gonna cut this leaf down because it's way too big. It's bigger than the Pinecone, so that's not gonna work. And to do that, and it's okay if it has, I don't have the best scissors, and it's okay if it's rough around the edges because leaves aren't perfect. Actually gives it some dimension. I just cut it in what I think would look, a leaf would look like. See, these scissors are not the best. It's so funny because you buy so many things in life, and the things you use every day, you always think, I need this, like I need a new pair of scissors, but you never go get a new pair of scissors. It's funny how that works. And then I cut this down. If this was, if there was one pine cone that had like a hole in it and I was able to just stick one down, but most of the time that doesn't happen. I'm going to cut this. Take the ribbon again, the 6 inches I usually do, a roundabout. You can eyeball it. And if you're doing like a huge batch of them, I suggest, so you don't have to put the glue gun on and off, you can just do a bunch of these at a time so you have them on hand, like an assembly line. My husband's in his man cave and I didn't want him to watch me making the video. So him and the dogs are in the man cave. I stuck him in there until I'm finished. Okay, and then just glue there. And this one didn't really have an indent. It's actually like pretty flat on the top, which is perfectly okay. A lot of them have been that way. I just glue. And I'm saying again, I'm messy as hot glue. Like I always have these little strings of glue that I have to peel off. But that's okay. That's why they call me Messy Jessie. Okay, and then I bend this into the shape that I want. So I'm just gonna bend it up a little bit on the bottom. Some more hot glue. I would wait for this to dry for quite some time before hanging it from your tree. I think I waited a couple hours before I hung the one that I put on my tree last night, this one. And this one's the heaviest one because it's the biggest and it has the little gemstone. And I put it overnight and it held perfectly. So that's that. Just bent up. And when it's bent up like that with the metal wire, it gives these, like these are the blue lamb's ears and they don't have any wire in them, so it gives it kind of like a base to glue the rest of them. I always like to do things like 1 or 3. When I do 2, it's like a little bit too symmetrical for my taste. But whatever your taste is, that's the best thing about this, is you can't mess it up. And everyone loves a personalized gift. Gonna glue that. Glue that. And if it's giving you a hard time like this larger lamb's ear was, I just hold it down until it starts to dry, the hot glue. Sometimes you can just like put it on there and keep going, but sometimes it's not always gonna work that way. Okay, it's glued down enough. It's not as mad at me. Then this one I think I'm gonna put down like this. So I'm actually gonna glue it straight down. See that string? One day I'll edit. I'll be an editor and I'll edit all of this silence out of my videos. See, I'm holding it down and it might take a minute. I also spray painted these just straight down, so if you look at them from this way, it's still the color of the pine cone. So if you want to, you can spray paint them down and then when they dry, flip them up and do it that way. But I kind of like that it looked natural glistening and it still leaves some of the natural pine cone color. Okay, and then for this, there's like a little hole in between here. Wherever you can find like a little hole to fill with anything you're using. And you could use anything. I mean, you could use flowers, you can use little ornaments, you can use, I really should have done this. I might go back to the store and grab some. You can use little tiny bells and have them hanging off the ribbon and hanging down. I think that would look really pretty too. There's so many different ways, and I would say this is kid friendly because most of it is, but the hot glue part is not. And probably not the spray paint. So maybe if they picked out everything and you can just put it together. Okay, then I'm gonna do this. There's gonna be a giant, like, do you see that? You can see the stem that focuses. So then I'm gonna put a ribbon probably right there to cover all of that. And you can also put, I have this like iridescent blue, and you can just stick that if you wanted to. In fact, I'll do that right now. If you have it a little bit messy, or you want to make sure something stays down. And I always make mine longer, and then I just cut them a little bit shorter. And I just attach it to the hot glue that was already there for the little, I call these blueberries, but I have no idea what they are. They were at Hobby Lobby. Do the flower, or the bow next. And this one's definitely gonna be crooked. Just okay. Just hold that down. And like for instance, the leaf right here, I only cut that part. So for that one that flapped down, this one, I just cut what looked like a leaf from it. And this would be really pretty in the potpourri because it's kind of like seeing it from the top is the prettiest. And this isn't perfect. Let me just cut a little bit of these. I don't want them to be that long. And let's see, I should be able to hang it. And there you go. And if you wanted to, you could add the gemstone. Woo. I added it on top of the bow the last time, and I thought that was so pretty. And that's all. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back with another video, and I hope you enjoy making your pine cone ornaments DIY. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.